Hey everyone, welcome back. In this tutorial, we are going to build a super fun project where we will control a servo motor using an analog joystick with the ESP32, and we will do it in Wokwi, an amazing online simulator. You don't need any physical hardware for this project. Everything will be simulated right here on your screen. If you're new to ESP32 or working with joystick and servo, don't worry, I'm going to walk you through the entire process from the wiring setup to the code. Let's dive in. First, let's talk about the component we are going to use for this project. We will be using the ESP32 microcontroller, which is super powerful for IoT projects and has built-in Wi-Fi and Bluetooth. Next, we have got the analog joystick. The analog joystick has two axes, X and the Y, that will allow us to control the position of the servo. And speaking of the servo motor, it's an actuator that will move based on the input we give it. In this case, it's going to respond to the joystick X and Y values, making it move accordingly. Now let's get everything wired in Wokwi. On your screen, you will see the ESP32, the joystick and the servo motor. For the joystick, we will connect the horizontal to the GPIO pin 34 and the vertical to GPIO pin 35 on the ESP32. The servo signal pins will be connected to GPIO 13, which is a PWM enabled pin. And finally, we will connect the VCC and ground pins accordingly. If you want to follow along with the physical component later, it's important to note that the connections are the same when you build this on a breadboard. Let's head into the code. Here's the script that makes everything work. I have written it in Arduino for ESP32. First, we will include the servo library. This library makes it easy to control servo motor with just few lines of code. Next, we define the pins we will use for the joystick and the servo motor. The joystick X and Y axis, which are horizontal and vertical, will be read using the analog read function. Then we map the joystick input range, which is from 0 to 4095, to the servo angle, or the servo range, 0 to 180 degrees. The servo.write function is what moves the servo to the new position. Lastly, we add a small delay to smooth out the servo movement and prevent jittering. Now it's time to test our setup. Let's click Start Simulation, and as you can see, the servo responds to the joystick movement. The horizontal or the x-axis of the joystick control the servo position from left to right, and the y-axis will control the vertical movement if you use another servo motor. In our case, we have used just one servo. As I move the joystick, notice how the servo smoothly adjusts to the new position. You can see the real-time change in the serial monitor where it shows the joystick values and the corresponding servo position. Make sure you are reading the correct analog pins for the joystick. If you want to expand this project, you can add another servo for controlling tilt or even create a robot arm. You can also implement an OLED display to show the joystick position or the servo angle in real time. And that's how you can control a servo motor using an analog joystick and ESP32, all simulated in Wokwi. It's a great beginner project if you're getting into IoT or robotics. I hope you found this tutorial helpful. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Happy building.